Rev Harold Middlebrook has dedicated his life to the civil rights movement. He was one of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s right-hand men and was there the day the civil rights leader was gunned down in Memphis. Last week, Rev Middlebrook received a huge honor for his lifetime of efforts. He's joining us now to talk about it. Last Thursday, the Knoxville Urban League presented you with the Whitney M. Young Lifetime Achievement Award, and this is not something that the local chapter hands out every year. They've only done it 3 times in the past 7 years.
Right.
What did this mean to you?
I think only 5 times in the history of the local branch. I'm honored. I'm humbled because it means that out of all of the people who work in the community and who try to give their best, the league says, here it is. I'm especially honored at this particular time in my life, looking at retiring from the active pastorate and to have recognized before you die that people recognize some of your work. So I'm honored, I'm humbled, I'm really grateful. I'm especially honored. I admire the work that Phyllis Nichols does in this city. She has made the Knoxville Area Urban League one of the best in the nation. But I was especially honored also that the governor took time to come and present the award, and that's always a great honor.
Reverend Middlebrook, we often check in with you throughout the year about how far we've come since your days of walking the streets with Dr. Martin Luther King. And when you think back to that time and you think of where we are as a community today in Knoxville, how far have we come?
Well, I think in Knoxville we've come a long way from where I saw us 37 years ago. But I made a speech at the celebration of the March on Washington, and I said we've come a long way and things change, and yet they remain the same. 50 years ago when I went to Washington, marching for jobs, for justice, for equality, I had hoped that the kinds of things that we were marching for would have kind of slowly become reality. I go back to Washington 50 years later. We're still marching for jobs, for justice, for equality. Then we could not, African Americans could not vote by and large. This time we have such a repressive move to suppress the vote. People were out of work then. People are out of work now. The Congress did not want to pass legislation 50 years ago. They are trying to renege on it and back away from it now. So we've come a long way, and yet when we really look at ourselves, the struggle is not over.
Reverend, we only have a few seconds left, but what would you like to leave our viewers with about how they can make a difference, either in their lives or the lives of other people?
I think if we learn to share with one another, if we learn to recognize the dignity and the worth of every human being, and if we work daily to ensure that nobody is left behind and that people are involved, we'll find ourselves much better. We have to be a caring people and a sharing people.
Reverend Middlebrook, as always, we appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
It's an honor, sir.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.